Hi everyone, it's me again, Daniel, and I'm here to tell you a little bit of my history as an athlete and as a diabetic person. So sometimes I'll look to my computer to see my slides so I can explain to you my presentation. And first of all, I like to say to you that it's very strange for me to talk looking to a camera because I prefer to talk to an audience. But let's go. Well, my name is Daniel Caputo. I'm 34 years old and I'm diabetic since I was 14 years old. So I discovered my diabetes. I was in the high school on a normal day, and I did show the common symptoms like hungry and thirsty, and I was urinating a lot. So I did a blood test, and then my blood sugar was 485. So my mom sent me to the doctor, and basically the doctor, and it was 1996, yes, 1994 when I discovered my diabetes. 1994, yes. So basically the doctor said to me, well, my friend, that doctor was my friend, basically no candles anymore, and no sugar, and diet, and stuffs. And then I said, oh, it's okay. I didn't understand anything. For me, it's just some kind of joke because I couldn't believe that it's too bad. And then, what can I say? On that time, no one in my family, I did not have any family history of diabetes, so it's all news for me. But then, the bad part, the worst part, was when the doctor said, you have to stick your fingers and took injection. And I said, oh, come on, this is not good. But 1 day, 2 days, how many days taking injections? And then he said, for all your life, every single day. And then I was scared. So that for me was the worst part. And then on that time my mom gave me the insulin, so it was an endless moment because my mom on that time took the insulin and then started to insert the needle, and then ouch, and my mom took it out. And then I know, mom, why you do this? So finish this. And my mom, oh, I'm sorry, and then started again, out, and then took it away. So, wow, an insulin moment was like endless. So 15 minutes for me to take an insulin. So, and it's almost 3 months like this. So after this, I started to did it myself. But today I can laugh at this, but that time was not that good. Sorry. Well, and then for the blood test, I had a glycemic and a glycosimeter, sorry. But then, like every teenager, I thought that I was very smart. Not thoughts. I'm certain that I was smart. Absolutely, I was a smart kid. So I discovered that my my glucosimeter made a sound like beep, beep, beep when I just put the blood in the right place. But even if I did not put the blood, the glycogen made the same noise. So, like every smart kid, I did not make any kind of test. So it's been like this, like, oh my God, 3 years. So since I was 14 until 17 years, I did not make any kind of blood test. I just took my morning insulin and took it again before I went to bed. So you can imagine, 3 years with no control at all. So the results, what? One day, guess what? One day I woke up and feeling very ill, and then I became in coma. And so I became in coma, and at that time my weight was about 62 kilograms, and I became with something like 35 kilograms. So you all can imagine what I've been passing through. And so I spent 21 days in the hospital, 8 days in complete coma, and I almost died for real. And it was the worst part of my life. And then when my doctor was there and helped the other doctors to get him better. So after 21 days I got out from the hospital and went home. And that time I realized that I had too many people that loved me and wanted me well. So I can see that on that time I was very selfish, because if I died, too many people became extremely suffer. So I had to think about other people like my mom, my father, my sister. So that day on, I decided to take care of my health and my diabetes, and then my life has completely changed. So I returned to karate and then decided to train a lot, because that time karate was my passion, my real passion. Well, I started karate when I was 8 years old, but when I started karate, I just trained like 1 hour a day, 2 times a week maximum. And then after I got out from the hospital, I started to train a lot, like 4 or 5 hours a day and 6 times a week. I just rested on Sundays. So that time my life has completely changed, because I realized that when I started to take care of my health, my diet, this improves me to become a better fighter, because my health is above the others, and my diet was a very good diet, so my body became stronger, my mind became stronger, and this is almost a partner for me. The diet is a partner for me, because I depend on my body to become an excellent fighter. Well, so now I'm going to tell a little bit of my history along Novo Nordisk. So I met Novo as a patient, so I always use a Novo insulin, so that's my first contact with Novo. And then on 2002, my doctors introduced me to Dr. Rosario Bosch. On the time she was a medical marketing manager in São Paulo, here in Brazil. And then she offered me a job, a temporary job, making speeches in the airports here in Brazil, specifically in the domestic airport called Santos Dumont here in Rio. And then my job was simple, like picking some passengers and talking a little bit about what diabetes is and the treatment and the causes and something like this. And then she liked me, and when she knew that I'm an athlete, she offers me a sponsorship. So my first sponsor was with Novo in 2002, and that time I obtained the insulin for free. So my first championship as a sponsored athlete was the national championship held in São Paulo. And then the Dr. Rosario was there watching, and I was the champion. There was about 200 competitors in my category, and that was amazing. And since then, Novo has supported me, and I can tell for everyone that if it wasn't for Novo, I probably won't be the athlete that I was. And then in 2003, Novo sent me to my first World Championship held in Russia, and I've never had been any kind of international experience. So I lost in the quarterfinals, but for me it was a great result. And then the same year, 2003, I competed in the Pan American Championship held in Buenos Aires, Argentina, and I was the champion, my first international title. And then I will show the medals. I have some medals that I can, if the presentation going to happen, I can take with me the medals, so if anyone can see on the audience. So 2003 was my first gold medal, international medal, Pan American Championship. And then 2004 I did not have any kind of international competition, but 2005 I had my first medal in a world championship that was in Italy. And then here it is. Let me pick this. My first medal was the third world championship. I was second place, and I became extremely satisfied. So 2005 again, I competed in the South American Championship in Argentina, and another title, a new title. 2006 for me it was my best year, and Novo sent me to 3 championships. The first was my second Pan American title. I won for the second time Pan American Championship, and then Novo sent me to New Zealand to compete in the Oceania Open held in New Zealand, a good championship too. And then this one I compete in the Asia Open held in India, so that one was very special too, and I was champion. And then 2007 was my second medal in the World Championship In Spain, the World Championship in Spain, I was my second medal. I was third place, and then 2008, my third title, Pan American title, and then on 2009, my last international medal was the World Championship in Ukraine. So this is the medal. I was third place again. So all of this championship Novo sent me. So that's why I can tell you from the bottom of my heart, if it wasn't for Novo, I won't have this title, because here in Brazil the government don't support the athletes. So, and my contact with Novo always be a great contact, and I held with me some kind of stuff that I have so much proud. This one is like a calendar that Novo did in 2003, choosing one specific person from each country, and then I was my month was May, and this photo, and I like that very much. On a magazine, it's here. So, and one kind of report that I have that Novo sent me 2003. It's okay. Talking about Novo Care. That's me. On that time I had hair. Now I don't have anymore. I was younger than today. And so, as you can see, Novo is more than a sponsor for me. Novo, I have Novo as my own family, because Novo supported me for my whole life as an athlete, and I'm so grateful of this. So that's why I never quit on Novo. Novo always be my partner and always will be. Well, let's talk about motivation. So what motivates you and what motivates me? Well, talking about myself, my motivation is always about the proud that I always had to represent my country and represent my family, and I think that for me the motivation has two simple items. Like the first is what you want for yourself. What do you really want? Do you really know what you want from yourself, for yourself? And then you have to know if you're trying hard enough. Because for me the big point to obtain any result in your life is to try hard enough, because it's easy if you can do some kind of job and then you say something like, oh, it's okay, I don't want it that much. So it's an excuse, a poor excuse. So you have to know what you really want, and if you really want something, you have to pursue it. You have to put all your passion on this task. So for me, this is the motivation. The motivation comes from inside you. You have to pursue what you want. So another point for me is the optimism. You have to be an optimist person, because an optimist person can see the future. I'm an optimist guy, so I think that I can obtain some kind of result. So when I started to compete in high performance, I can saw me like a champion. So I build a path to walk through. So negative persons don't do that. They think that, oh, I'm not able to do this. So they don't do anything to obtain this. So you have to be an optimist. So I have a slide there that shows this with the Christmas tree, because when I show, I ask for the audience what's going to happen differently, and all the Christmas balls the lights are off. So when the lights on, everyone says, 100% of the audience will say, oh, every ball's light on, but one didn't light on. So that's the point in the presentation that I prove to everybody, and it's include myself, because sometimes we focus only on the problem, only on a kind of thing that didn't work. So, but and the other things in your whole life that you obtain, that you conquest. There are so many things, so many good things that you accomplish. So why does we focus on the only thing that didn't work as well? So I think this is a good way to show to the audience that we have to be more optimism. Well, another point that sometimes someone asks to me is that if I want to prove to anyone that as a diabetic I can do something, so that's for me didn't work, because I never did some kind of thing to prove to anybody that I can do as a diabetic, because I don't really believe on this, because I think that diabetic or not, anyone are capable to do anything. It's just a matter of will. If you want, if you do your best, you can obtain the result that you pursue. So I never wanted to prove to anybody anything. My motivation was myself. I just wanted every day, every year of my life, I always wanted to expand my limits, because I think that you is the only person that can put a limit on you. So I really don't know my limits, because I'm always trying to do something new. Another motivation that I have is the fact that I have to reinvent myself every single day, because when I was an athlete, if I did not reinvent myself, the opponents, for sure, they can defeat me very, very easily. So when I was a competitor in some kind of championship, I used some kind of tactics and some kind of techniques. So on the next championship, if I use the same techniques and the same tactics, it's more easily to my opponents beat me. So every single month and every single day, I train to reinvent myself and have some kind of new techniques, new tactics. So I think this is something that I carry with my life and in my job today. I'll do this because I don't want to be another one. I want to be the one in my job, as I did when I was an athlete. I want to be the best, and I wanted this, and so I'll do this in my job today. So I don't think that anyone have to be just one more. So we have to be essential. So for this, we have to reinvent ourselves every single day in our job and with our family. I pursue to be a better father every day, and so I think that we all can do this. My final message to you all is that I have, first of all, thank you all for the support, for this whole time, these 13 beautiful years that you have supported me. So I really want to thank you to be here in Denmark to tell a little bit of my history. I have so much proud of this, and I can guarantee you that you all, in your single way, you made part of this. You made part of every single conquest that I had as an athlete, because I have a small piece of you all on my conquest. So I hope that you continue to bring us good news and bring us new dreams. You know, for us it's very important to have good thoughts, and you are the responsible for this. You show to every diabetic around the world that we can really have a normal life. So you are the most amazing part on this. So I just have to thank you all for all these years that you helped me to build my dreams and to conquest every dream that I had. So I love you all, and I hope to see you soon. Thank you.